Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an M12, it's a Tier 7 American SPG, and this one is located on the south spawn of Minsk under the command of FendaBenda. It's a 155mm howitzer mounted on top of M3 chassis stroke hull, and they made another version of this without the gun. They called it the T30, and that would carry all the shells because there just wasn't enough space for the crew or the shells on this machine. Well, I can see from the gun mount that this is a Top Gun. It's the 155mm M1A1, capable of 700 alpha, and it can penetrate up to 39mm of armour. And FendaBenda's taking it off to the west side of the map. He's got company. Yep, he's got a Yank Panther running alongside him. And I think you can also see one other thing about his vehicle. It's got 2 marks of excellence on the barrel. Now this Arty is difficult to learn to play straight off, but it gets better very soon after you actually get your first mark. In fact, actually it gets very deadly after that. Okay, FendaBenda's now looking for targets in... Whoa, helicopters flying through the view. T-43, which is a Tier 7 Soviet medium. It's over by the monument. Rounds out. Well, it was a splash. 34 hit points. Okay, we've got a number of targets in the field as well. In fact, one tank that shouldn't really be there is a Tiger 1, but these tank destroyers, well, that's their normal habitat. Hiding behind the bushes, trying to snipe from a distance. And he's fired a round in at that bush and taken out a tree. I don't think the tree's going to fight back anymore. Okay, that Tiger 1, well, he should have gone into the city area on the 8 and the 9 line, but didn't do that, and I think he's going to pay for that. Okay, FendaBenda's loaded, but he's decided not to fire at the Tiger. In fact, actually, he's fired a round into the tunnel because he saw a VK3002D come out of the tunnel and pop back in again. And yes, he's still there, and he was stunned by that shot. And he's looking to put another shell into that VK. Dialing in, ready to go. Rounds out, direct hit. 260 hit points, and he picked up some stun assists immediately afterwards. So that's worked out very well. But that Tiger has taken an awful long time to get to the center of the map, or the midline, and now he's going in behind the buildings on the 1 line. Trying to squeeze through the gap, I think. He's taking fire. FendaBenda fires him round in, and it falls short. It just stuns the Tiger 1. He is taking fire, so we are picking up stun assist, but might have been better if it actually hit and done some damage. We've got a T-54 the other side of the building and a T-44, so that Tiger is actually in a lot of danger because he's got a Tier 9 and a Tier 8 opponent just the other side of the building, and if they come around the corner, he is going to be in a world of trouble. In fact, actually now he's in a world of trouble because he's down to 314 hit points, 123. He's not going to last another shot. If Fender gets... Oh no, he's not going to even get a chance to get a shot on. The killer was a T-43 on our team. And... okay, well, FendaBenda's gone over to the other side of the map because there's a Standard B, an Italian Tier 9 medium. And he's pressing the medium line. Pressing the midline. Moving up to see if he can get some targets. Now that means he's probably going to sit in that area, because that's where you were, where the road gets level, and you can use the ridge line to its best advantage. Going back to where the tank destroyers were last seen. Still no sign from them. In fact, the enemy is pushing the 8 and 9 line. In fact, they're through the buildings. In fact, if we look slightly to the right, you might actually see an enemy tank engaging, a Standard B is engaging our tanks, but I think FendaBenda's been a bit sort of like focused on the midfield, and there's a black dog, a girlfriend, known as the girlfriend, the M4190GF, German version of the Walker Bulldog. Round out. That was a good shot. That was direct hit. We don't know how much damage it did, but it certainly would have done a lot because the armor on the girlfriend isn't that great. Okay, an SU-130PM. Right at the back. He's just hiding behind that ridge line. Round out. That probably landed near him, but we don't know how much damage. And it looks like that VK has now moved the other side of the... Was it a VK? No, it's the girlfriend. Just the other side. There he is. And he's just been killed. Just got too close to that Link 6x6, and that was the end of him. Still looking for that SU-130PM. Now, looking in the A1 area, this is where Artys normally go. There is two Arty on the enemy team, a GW Panther and a GW Tiger P. So I guess what we're looking for now is any tracer coming out from this area to tell us if they're there. And this is the alternate firing position up near the building. Expect to see them there. Well, FendaBenda's going to move up. He might as well, because there's very few reasons not to. His forces are moving up the 1-2 line and getting closer. Though I'd be tempted to actually stay the other side of the buildings. FendaBenda's going behind them. Okay, there's that standard B, the one that we saw on the medium line. He moved over to the other side and was trying to get through. In fact, actually, I think he did get some damage on our team because he got 2 kills. And he's just been killed himself by an Object 705. But we've got shots there on a Conqueror. We fire around in him just next to the monument. It goes long, stuns him. Wasn't fully dialed in when we fired. I'm wondering if that Tiger's going to move through that gap, but we've still got that Conqueror. Almost loaded. Rounds out. Well, lands in front of him this time. Now the reload time isn't that long. It's normally about 23, 22 seconds, I believe, for this Arty. It's not a huge amount of time. Slightly longer than you'd expect for the M44, which of course is the Arty you play to get to the M12. Can't hit the Conqueror at the moment. I think he knows that so long as he's behind this statue, say we fire around in anyway, just behind the statue, and doesn't appear to have done anything. Well, the last enemy on the west side of the map has been killed, so we're now moving to get to a firing position in the middle, and they found the GW Panther. We're dialing in on his position. We're almost ready to shoot. Rounds out. And it's a hit. 257 hit points. It was a near miss, but it was still good enough to take more than half his health. In fact, 2/3 of his health away. There's a T-34 2GFT in there somewhere, and he's very low on health. We're loaded. Round out on the T-34 and splash kill. Now we're going to go for the splash kill on GW. Looks like he's moving to try and get out of there as quickly as he can. He's probably going to go behind the buildings. And we've also found a Yak Tiger and the SU-130. Yak Tiger makes a nicer target. Virtually full health. Dialing in. Rounds out. Nope, went long. splashed in for 36. Trying to get a shot on that SU-130. He's using the ridgeline, but we're in a position where we can actually shoot behind the ridgeline. Well, it landed short, so it didn't hit the target. Would certainly be worthwhile putting a shell up there, but that Conqueror is still at the middle line near the monument, and he's very low on health, so maybe that will be a better shot right now. Yep, he's noticed it. If you watch your mini-map, you can see targets of opportunity pop into view, and with the right shot, you can get your score up quite quickly. Okay, rounds out on the Conqueror. Lands just behind him, but I'm pretty sure that would have stunned him. Well, he's moving up, and the thing about this is that he is probably going to get within view range of the SU-130. Oh, he's close. He's very close. We're almost loaded, though. The SU-130 must know this. Quiet him. Shotgunned him. And he's got a fire. And he's gone. But unfortunately, it's not FendaBenda who got the kill, because he was taken out by the Leo. Oh my god, that was a bit of a risk going near the midline, because I knew that SU-130 was close enough for him to be seen. And in fact, actually, yes, he was way too close to be seen. Going for the Conqueror. Lined him up. Perfect shot. Dialed in, rounds out. Direct hit, wipes him out. 157. That's the second kill. And another enemy's been seen. It's a Tiger 1. Unfortunately, we haven't got a shot from here. Not from this angle. Right, go for that bush where the Yag Tiger was seen. Might be worth taking the shot. Except, of course, the fact is that FendaBenda's only got one round left. We know that the GW Panther was seen in the northeast corner. He actually went between the buildings. So I think he's gone into that little courtyard to make a last stand defense. Oh, no, he's gone to the crossroads. Well, we know where he is now. But unfortunately, we haven't got a shot on him just at the moment. I think FendaBenda is saving this round for that Yag Panther, and the GW Panther's been killed. So there's only one enemy, the Yag Tiger, not the Yag Panther. It's a Yag Tiger. And the question is, has he moved? Well, he was camping at the back. Now this is the Yag Tiger, the tier 9 one. Not the tier 8 premium. So it's the one with the big gun, not the 88mm. And that's the 2-minute hooter. And the Yag Tiger did move. There he is. Just as the helicopters fly through the scene, we get a shot. Not from this angle. He's hiding behind the crane. And we fired the last round in 229. Unfortunately, he just took out our Leo. So it's now going to be up to the Oni and the 705, because we've got no shells left. We're out of ammo. In fact, actually, what you should do under these circumstances, press your reload key, because it puts a message in chat saying ammunition is empty. That tells your team you've got nothing left to play with, and all you can do is cap. Yag Tiger's moving to engage the Oni and 705. And that's the minute hooter. 1 minute to go. If they're going to get a victory, they need to cap out, or in fact they can't cap out in time. They've just got not enough time to do that. Not enough people in the cap. The Object 705 left the cap, and I think they say that Well, there's frantic messages in chat from the Minsk, and they've killed the Jagdtiger with 31 seconds to go. They killed the Jagdtiger, win the game. Whoa, that was close. It might have ended up very nasty. FendaBenda had to move in order to get to the cap in time, and he's got an Ace Tanker. FendaBenda in the M12 did very nicely out of that game. He got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 17. He got a Confederate medal for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. And his win rate for the game was 3,907. Let's have a look at team score. Well, there you go. He was actually 4th on the table on his own team. The high scorer on the game was the Object 705. He picked up a high caliber and steel ward. He got 3,980 hit points of damage. The next high scorer was the Conqueror that FendaBenda killed, 2,763 to him. Then came the T30 with 2,685. FendaBenda only managed 2,353, but that means he wasn't far behind them. He was still doing his job and just didn't have enough shells to continue firing at the enemy. But if he had enough shells, I'm sure he would have done so. Let's have a look at the base XP. Well, actually, let's have a look at the number of kills first. Where did he come? Well, the high score was the Jagdtiger. He got 4 kills. The Object 705 and Oni both got 3, and FendaBenda only managed to get 2, along with another few members. And when it came to base XP, well, he was top of the table. That's because he's tier 7, tier 9 game, and he was sitting tier 9 opponents, gaining more XP every time he did that. He picked up 1,228 XP, and that's why he got an Ace Tanker. And the Object 705 got 1132, and the Lynx managed to get 1,016. He fired all 20 rounds of ammunition in this Arty. I did say at the start of the game that there really wasn't enough room for the shells on this vehicle. They had to have an additional vehicle, just the same without the gun, so it could carry all the shells. And that's because it's got such a poor ammo capability. Direct hits 5, no penetrations at all. 16 shells did splash damage, and 2,353 hit points of damage overall, with 1,718 being up more than 300 meters. Obviously, the close one was that SU-130 PM, which he shotgunned almost, well, certainly in throwing distance. I was about to say spitting distance. You really wouldn't want to get them in spitting distance. Anyway, okay, he damaged 10 of the enemy, killed 2 of them, and also did damage assistance of 188 hit points and stun assistance of 1,375 of 14 stuns. On a standard account, he earned 33,778 credits, and after ammunition resupply, and the ammo is fairly expensive because this is 155mm and tier 7, he actually only took away 11,378 credits, but that's still pretty good for a free-to-play account. And again, if he'd actually had the premium account, he would have had 28,000, so that's very good as well. He got 1 bond for getting the Confederate, and he got 1,228 base XP. There was no multipliers, so I'm afraid that's all he took away. But it was a very good game, and yes, it was against the clock, and if he hadn't got into the clap in time, and if they hadn't killed the Jagdtiger, I think he probably would have ended up getting killed by the Jagdtiger moving towards the cap, because I'm pretty sure that Jagdtiger knew that so long as he held out, then it wasn't going to be a win, it would be a draw, because there was only 1 in the cap and not enough time to cap out. So, if you enjoyed that replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.